Alrighty. Hello, everyone. Hello, boys and girls. Welcome to another episode from the Football Fan Zone. We're here again. Another weekend of Premier League action is almost over. Though at the time of recording, there's still one more game to be played. The Monday night game between somebody's one of Adams's favorite team, Sunderland,
Yes,
versus
sir.
Everton. Yeah, but the bulk of about 90% of the fixtures have been played, so we're here to sort of dissect the big games from the weekend. So we're now into match week 10, if I'm correct, of
Yeah.
this Premier League season, and so I think some fans can now sort of start making some sort of assessments, coming to some sort of judgments about their team. We saw this weekend Chelsea, the Blues. Adams must be very excited, getting back to winning ways against a familiar London foe, the Spurs. Also saw my team, my beloved Liverpool, end the ugly run of four straight Premier League defeats.
Mm,
I
mm.
could like I, wa- I was saying I was telling someone that I couldn't even imagine us losing again this weekend. So thankfully that was not the case. The players stepped up and yeah, Liverpool returned to winning ways. We also saw Manchester United being halted in their winning streak. They were looking to go 4 games unbeaten, but Sean Dyche and Nottingham Forest say nope, no to that.
There's still 4 games unbeaten.
Yeah,
Yeah,
four
but they're
games
good.
unbeaten. Yeah, just winning that
Yeah,
consecutive
yeah, yeah. Four games winning
yeah,
streak. Yeah.
winning streak. Yeah, so it was ended. We saw Arsenal, the table leaders, the current table toppers, do what they've been doing so far this season. For the majority of the season, go in there, be efficient, do not concede, and then another set piece goal, and walk away with the 3 points with no noise. So yeah, so as things stand now, we can see Arsenal are top of the Premier League table with 6 points, and their closest rivals Manchester City as well also sort of coming with a win this weekend. All right, so that's basically some summary of the major headlines from the weekend. So we're gonna get into the action from the weekend. I'm gonna start with Chelsea Spurs. Adams, we saw that game together. We saw that game together. I was enjoying it. The nervous look, the tense look on your face as the game was going on. Yeah. So first of all, let me just get your thoughts on the game, on the result. I'm sure you're happy that your team is back to winning ways after
Oh
the
yeah.
disappointing draw, or was it disappointing defeat actually? Oh
Yeah,
my
yeah,
goodness, to Sunderland last week.
yeah,
Wow. I actually thought it was a draw. It was actually a defeat.
yeah.
So
It
yeah.
was.
So the Adams, the floor is yours. What do you make of it?
Yeah. I don't take wins for granted. I said it on my review. A win in this league is so important. You always cherish 3 points, and especially if it's against your close neighbors, your rivals, and not just that, like a team that I think they have all the faculties and the players, they have the management to challenge for a top five place. So it was very important for us to get a win there, I suppose. But overall, I wasn't too impressed with the performance on the day. And that game, he said, I was nervous after that game. That was a game that I should have felt more comfortable watching that game. I should have felt a lot more in control of that fixture. And especially just because of how poor Spurs were. Like it was a really bad showing from them. I'm sure their fans would be really, really they would be ripping into the team right now because
Uzo.
yeah. If it was I was here, like, I would have, I would have given the team a air for sure because it was it was a terrible performance in all aspects for them at home, and the way they set up to play that game, it was neither here nor there. They didn't. I expected them to start with a back five because in recent times that has been Achilles heel, teams that set up to that mid to low block. And then I thought they were going to surprise us because if they're set up in a back five, they still have players that can hurt you going forward. They have Kudus, um, Richarlison to some extent. I thought Javi Simons would have performed better than he did. And Palinia and Bentancur, I expected a more difficult challenge in midfield for Caicedo and Enzo. And I
Yeah.
know they did something. We did something they were not expecting by putting Rhys James in midfield. Our coach said you needed to add to that physicality because Panini and Bentancur, they've surprisingly to me, they've been decent this season. Like they've been really good this season. The only criticism I had of them before the game was progressing the ball. They were a bit like sluggish, so they couldn't get the balls to early enough to the attacking players like Kudus and Javi Simons. And that's my theory for one of the reasons why Javi Simons has struggled is that he's
Mhm.
not receiving the ball as much as he should in the positions that he can hurt teams. And if you check before the game, I was doing some research. I saw that in most of like their passes were sideways, like sideways
Mm.
passes, and they lacked like central penetration. Kudus was the only guy that because Kudus has that central penetration in terms of his runs. He's able to run, carry the ball that a long distance. But in terms of like passing, they didn't have that. But against Newcastle in the Carabao Cup, they improved. They lost the game because Newcastle just had some moments go their way. There was a goalkeeping error from their King's K or what's his name, their second choice goalkeeper, and then the first goal as well. But overall, in terms of the balance of play, they played much better. They created more opportunities. They were able to get the ball to the attacking players more effectively than they've done all season. So I
Yeah.
was a little bit worried going into our game, like, okay, if they do this against us and they progress the ball centrally and they block like the midfield and the defense, I thought we were going to struggle to create, and then they'll be able to catch us. And that's the thing. Like most teams have been catching us, especially when we play. Like
When
our
defense,
defenders
yeah.
are not really beating. They are beating our defenders for like offside trap, and then for pace, and just a lot of mistakes, chaos, set pieces as well. So I was a little bit worried, maybe more than I should have been going into that game. But on the day, um, I thought Maresca, man, he just studies the game very well. Right, when you least expect, he does this tweak, and especially for big games, and it
Yeah.
catches the team out. Right, he did
Yeah.
that, and we were able to stifle them. Physicality in midfield, we were winning a lot of balls, 50-50s early on. Because we have a beast in Caicedo that was just unplayable, he was just winning everything. And I don't think they played it like a derby game.
Yeah.
Like they were like the emotion was there, but like the application wasn't there from them, right? And guys like Ganacho and Neto, I thought they got joy. I thought they
Mm.
got joy because what we've seen recently is like they double our wingers, and our wingers don't get any joy against their opposition or their opposite numbers. But Ganacho was against Poro. He had the beating every time Ganacho had the ball against Poro. Like he's running in behind. It just felt
Yeah.
like it was a matter of time before he was going to score or create something. And I felt like we could have done better there. Right? Maybe if
Yeah.
Gittins had started, he would have done better because he has more finesse to his game, and he'd be able to catch them lacking and create something. And the chances that we had, man, that first chance that João Pedro had, look, that should have been. That's that. You need killers, man. You need killers. You need goal scorers. You need killers that will just bury the chance one time. And we've complained about the same thing with Jackson. I'm not comparing Jackson to João Pedro. I think they are different players, but we
Mm.
just need killers. We need guys that will just. Nah, that we just kill the game early on, and that's that. We're looking forward to
Yeah.
the next game. We're taking off our best players, guys, so that you get some rest. Santos come in, James,
Yeah.
that's how top teams do. When you play
Yeah.
bad teams, you make them
Yeah.
pay. You make them
Exactly.
pay. When you play
So,
bad teams, you make them pay. Yeah.
yeah. So just to follow up on that point, right? I think I saw somewhere where some Chelsea fans were saying. So I think someone you were saying that, oh, I'm looking at the especially the strikers of some of the other maybe top teams, and you're looking at Chelsea with João Pedro and Leon Delap, and he was like, oh, it seems like Chelsea did not do the right business in that particular section of the pitch. Do you agree? Do you think
Um,
that Chelsea could have done better than
I
João
think
Pedro? Only?
so. Here's my take. I think we could have done better. like on. I think would have done better for sure on getting like
Okay.
an absolute killer. Isak was there for the taking. We could have gone for Isak. Why can't we
Well,
go for Isak? Why not? Like
without
already made
amount of money.
the
The- the-
okay, like, but we could have gone for Isak. We could have gone for maybe Osimhen wasn't in the market. Like we could have gone for like a more.
I know you guys are interested in Ekitike as well.
Yes, we were, but at the time it was a lot of money. And
Okay.
Ekitike is like diamond in the rough for you guys. I'm not too like. I
Con-
mean,
con-
yeah, it's
convinced yet.
no. I think he has done well, but as
Okay.
at the time with the information that we had and the money
Okay.
that they were asking for, I felt like
It
it
was
would
not a
have been
smart business
yeah,
decision,
it would
though.
have been a risk for us to take, like too big of a risk for us to put all that type of money on him, right?
Hmm.
And expect him. And maybe if we had done it, he would have come here and he won't look good. I don't know, but I just felt like it wasn't the right time to go for that. He hadn't shown enough to pay that type of money for him at the
Yeah.
time. So I can understand that. And fair play to Liverpool. They did the right thing. They took they believed in him and they took the risk and it's paying off for them. But I just want us to get a more refined finisher. Somebody that is look, they
So
are
are you saying your board and the board and Chelsea should look at January for something?
if it's there, if the opportunity is there, yes. Like if I'm like I'm not here for any more project when it comes
Interesting.
to number 9 position, right? I don't want like they are footballers and they are finishers and goal
Yeah.
scorers.
I
Right
don't think
now,
there's any top striker that will be available in January. Correct me if
oh
I'm
yeah,
wrong, though.
yeah, I don't think so either. I don't think
Yeah.
so. But I just need a finisher. I'm tired of having footballers, bro. There are footballers that can play nice passes, that can make turns, that can, running behind, that can do little shimmies. And bro, I just want a finisher. I want a
Mm.
finisher, someone that just finish. Bro, don't play, don't touch ball, don't do
Yeah.
anything. Just stick the ball in the back of the net,
With the
right?
net. Yeah, I think another point on that, another area, the wings as well, because I'm looking at from an like as an outsider, right? I'm looking at your wingers. I'm looking at Ganacho. I'm looking at Jimmy Bino Gittins, and I'm like, do these guys have the output that Chelsea will need in terms of what they want to achieve in terms of goals
Mm.
and even assists, right? I don't know. What's your view? Are you worried that they might not be able to give you that output as well from coming from the wings?
I have a lot of trust in Estaval and Gittins. I think that
Okay.
they have a high ceiling, but for right now, like right now, wake them up tomorrow and say, get us 10 goals. Maybe not yet. Maybe not
Wow.
yet,
So you're
right?
not thinking you think they won't score up to 10 goals
No,
this
I think
season?
Estaval will. I think Estaval will score up to
Estava,
10.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
all competitions, right? Or only Premier
Okay.
League?
Let's
All,
let's let's leave it at Premier League. Let's leave it at Premier League.
Premier League. Premier
10
League
goals.
10. 10 Premier League goals. I think Estaval is able to score 10 Premier League goals, but I don't think Gittins is there yet. I don't think Gittins is able to score 10 Premier League goals yet.
then would it be fair for me to say then that's bad business coming from Chelsea? If you're a player that is signed for how much, is not able to get you 10 Premier League goals. Chelsea fans, am I right to say that's bad
You
business?
might be.
I
I mean,
might be. I think I am. I don't need to be.
you might no because if you look at how many if you look at the wingers right now in Premier League, right? A lot of them don't like only few of them score goals. Like even the big ones like Bukayo Saka, how many times has he scored more than 10 goals in a season? Like
Ah,
the people that score, the wingers that score a lot of goals are few and far between. It's like Salah, all the City wingers. I don't think any of them score up to 10.
10 goals. Okay.
Maybe Gakpo,
Yeah,
Diaz,
maybe Gakpo.
maybe
Yeah, yeah.
Diaz.
Yeah, last season, yeah. I think Gakpo and Diaz had a decent return. I think maybe Diaz 13 or something like that.
Yeah, and then right now maybe you could say Semenyo. If you
Yeah.
oh, if you want to classify Mbeumo as a winger when he was at Brentford,
Brentford as well,
or
yeah.
he was
Okay.
more like an inside forward. I don't know. He wasn't like an out and out winger.
Winger,
So I don't know, man. I think, yeah, I don't think it's crazy if he doesn't score 10.
10 goals. Okay, okay. Fair enough, fair enough. Right. And then clean sheet as well for Chelsea this week.
Oh yeah, that was the big one. That was the big
Yeah,
one for
yeah.
me.
I said I was going to ask you like so I think maybe the way I can frame the question is what would you say? I know I've asked you this informally, but let me ask you on the show. Like, what would you say is like your team's best defensive pairing at center back, right? What is that defensive pairing that you see? Maresca, this is like maybe for a prem game. This is the center back pairing that
For
should
a
be going
for
into
like
big
if everyone
games.
is fit, like if
Yeah,
all our center
this
backs are
if
fit.
yeah, everybody's
Okay.
fit.
If everybody's fit, you'll be Cole and Fofana.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, if everybody's fit, you'll be Cole and
Cool
Fofana. But
for fun.
we haven't had that luxury for a long time. So it's either like Chile and Fofana. I feel like that's the next best option. Will be
Okay,
Chile and Fofana. And then after that, it's probably Achipong and
for
Fofana, and
fun.
then maybe Chaloba and Fofana,
And then
or
our boy Tosin
yeah,
Adibe.
Chaloba and Tosin. And I feel bad for Tosin because he's had a very bad, like everything is not all on him. That's what I would say. Right.
Yeah.
He's had moments where he could have done better. We all know, like, when you're defending set pieces, you defend as a unit. Of course, like there are times where somebody might make a mistake, and he's been at the wrong end of like mistakes lately. And it's not his fault that he's not the fastest. Like, he's not the
Hmm.
fastest defender. And where we play, when we get caught high up the pitch, like, yeah, 1v1 versus a fast striker, he's getting done for pace, right? So I feel bad for him. I feel like, the injury has put a lot of pressure on him, and suddenly we're asking him to do more than he is like prepared to do
To
or is
do. Yeah.
capable of doing. I think that overall we signed him for what? Nothing. So he's added more to the squad in terms of like experience, balance, and team spirit. And last season, a lot of times last season, when we needed him, he came in and he was okay. But right now, this a step up, defenders having injury, all of a
Hmm.
sudden he's like the go-to guy to play all the minutes. It's just like guys like, for example, maybe for your team, maybe guys like Gomez, for example, when you need him to come in when the game is 1-0, almost one, and he comes, he does a business, or you just need him to play the odd games to give somebody a rest, he might come and do a good job. But all of a sudden, when you're asking him, like, okay, Kanote or Van Dijk is injured, now be the main guy in defense. He's like, you already know how that's gonna go. So
So
yeah.
okay. So that's it. I think so. Basically, just like Chelsea has not been fortunate with on the injury front defensively.
But we could have helped ourselves though. Like, we had the opportunity to go in. I think I told you this. I think if we had a defensive partnership of Mascara and Incapi, I think we could be challenging for the league.
Hmm. That's an interesting take. Okay. Hmm. Yeah. Well, that's so far. So yeah. I don't know. Well, maybe I'll just have to agree with you. They look like they look good as well. So are you saying that those guys are better than what you have currently?
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Yeah, they are.
Mosquera and Capi.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
I'm not. Yeah, they are. They are. I've seen Mascara. Mascara is an incredible talent.
Yeah.
Incredible talent. I'm like, how did we let Arsenal sign this guy? Like,
What was this guy? What I've not you not mentioned Jarrell Hato. What's happened with Jarrell Hato?
I think I see Hato more as like a left fullback, like a hybrid of a left back, and yeah, I'm to me is not like an out and out CB.
Hmm.
I think he's one of the most, like, he's going to be like a utility player where it's like he can play left back, sometimes he can play center back, and then he can play midfield. So he's also like a very big talent, but I'm very careful of expecting too much from young players, and he's different because for a young defender, he has played a lot of minutes. Like, he's played a lot compared to like people in his age bracket.
Yeah.
And when you hear Arsenal, Arsenal over like the what last 2-3 years, they've been the best at recruiting defenders.
Yeah.
That's just the facts. Like, they've been the best at recruiting defenders, and Arsenal were in for him. So that tells you everything you need to know. Arsenal were also trying to get him, and if he had gone to Arsenal, trust me, he's not going to be playing every week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the same way here at Chelsea, I don't think we should all of a sudden think, oh, Heto and Achipong, they are here to save us. They're here to deliver top four. No, like, we should bet them in. And for the future of this team. I think they will be like big pieces for us. But right now, I'm happy where they're at, and I'm so glad Maresca is managing the minutes the way he has been. Right, it's costing us some points, and is also like in the long run, I think it'll be better for them and for us.
Okay, okay, fair enough. And finally, I want to just quickly, in terms of from the players from the game yesterday, I want to also mention Caicedo. Yeah, always impressive.
Yeah,
Always,
I
always.
mean, you got to see him, man, front row,
Yeah, yeah,
front
yeah, yeah.
row.
The guy,
I
the
think
guy.
he's doing a tour right now. He's doing a tour like he's showing everybody
This
what he's
guy.
been like. He's doing like no, to be honest, man. He's doing a
So
tour. Unfortunately, that United game that's the only one like he couldn't. But he's doing a tour where like he's going around showing all the top teams, like, bro, this is what you
this
missed
is
out on. Like, this is
yeah.
exactly what it
So
is.
you wouldn't trade him for Declan Rice?
No, 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 no. Come on, man. No,
You sure? Or
no, no,
do you want me to give you time to think about it and
no,
ask you
no, no,
again?
no, no. No, see, look. Declan is a good player. Like, there is something about me. I don't. I mean, I'm sure you're the same way. I don't all of a sudden change my opinion of a player because he plays for like an opposition team,
Yeah.
right? If a player is good, he's good, right?
Hmm.
Bants aside. But like, man, come on, Caicedo is our own now, right? So,
You have to back your own, I guess.
yeah, nah, that's the best DM in the world right now for me.
Okay. Okay. So before we move forward, in terms of looking ahead for Chelsea, just to quickly mention that Chelsea, you guys had a good midweek as well in the Carabao Cup, defeating Wolves. For the good game was, I'm sure, closer than a lot of Chelsea fans would have thought.
That
But
game was crazy.
yeah, but you guys got there in the end. So you have a quarter-final game against Cardiff, the only
Mm,
remaining championship team
mm,
in the
mm,
in the
mm,
turn
mm,
in the cup. So it's looking like
mm.
that was a good draw for you guys as well.
Oh yeah,
Every
yeah.
other team got the Premier League opponent, and then you guys got Cardiff in the quarterfinal. So
Are we? So do we know after the quarterfinal it's going to be another draw, right?
yeah, I think there might be another draw. Yes,
Okay,
one
okay,
final draw after the
okay. It's
quarterfinals to
because
know
I
this
want
guy.
the
You're
team.
already looking forward to the
Oh no, 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 yeah,
semifinals
yeah,
already.
man. I want. Look, once you get to the semi-final of the competition, you have to be thinking
Yeah,
you can win it. And
yeah,
to me, there's no reason why we shouldn't be Cardiff. So
definitely.
I'm thinking that this cup we have to go for it. And if we meet Arsenal in the final, yeah, let's do it.
I'm sure. Yeah, you show them what you're made of. You show them the blues.
Of course, bro. It's a final, man. It's a final.
Yeah,
And you know how
it
we
is.
are, man.
And I think the Carabao Cup, the semi-final is a two-legged semi-final,
Yeah,
just
yeah,
home
yeah,
and away. So
yeah.
interesting. Let's see how that goes for Chelsea. And okay, looking forward then. There's Champions League in midweek. I think it's Karabag. I'm not sure. I think they're based in
Yeah, I think
Azerbaijani
so. Yeah,
team.
yeah.
So I'm assuming that should be straightforward, easy win for Chelsea.
Um,
No
Easy,
problems.
yeah, easy on paper, but they've done pretty well in
Okay.
Champions League. It's going to be wait, home or away?
Chelsea's actually away, so you guys travel to
Oh man,
Azerbaijan.
oh man, we're going to good place for us actually. Going back where you
Oh
know,
yeah, that was where you guys did the Europa League
yeah, that
win
was
against Arsenal.
Hazard's official last game for us. Good game,
Yeah.
4-1 against for you guys. I don't remember 4-1 against Arsenal. Uh, last time Arsenal was in a European final.
Final. You guys
Yeah.
showed them who's the boss of London, right?
Yeah, so just a friendly reminder that you don't want to see us in the final game. Anyway,
Fair. Okay,
um,
okay. Arsenal, you guys are listening to the Adams, right? I'm sure Chicks will have to come back on this when he's with
anyway,
us.
yeah, that should be a straightforward game for us. It'll be a good test for the young guys because as you know, going away to those type of fixtures can be tricky. But I'm expecting to see guys like Tosin, Achipong, Heito, that like we talked about, Estaval and Gittins to start, Santos, possibly Jorgensen. Yeah, so I'm excited to see some of the uh, fringe players get some minutes. Maybe Maguire, Delap might make his Champions League debut. Who knows if he gets all his like if his head is correct. His head is
If he's in the
correct.
right headspace, yeah, I
Yeah.
get you. Okay, okay, that's fine. So yeah, looking forward to that one for
Yeah, now we
Chelsea.
need we need 3 points in those games because it's going to get
Yeah,
really. We actually play November. We play Arsenal. and then Barca, or Barca and Arsenal, or some kind of like very
It's very
tricky,
tricky, yeah,
yeah,
tricky.
fixture list there.
So you guys, I'm sure you want to just make sure you rack up all the points.
Oh yeah,
And
oh yeah,
yeah, you want to also qualify automatically as in finishing
yeah,
in the
yeah,
top
yeah, yeah.
eight.
So we can we
You don't
can
want
we,
that extra game where you
so
now have to play like
we can
playoff.
let
Yeah,
Carragher know. We can let Carragher because he's always busy talking too much. But I like him though. Like he maintains the same energy all year.
yeah.
So so he
I get. Carragher is always every rival fans. Everybody has a score to settle with him. Okay, okay, that's fair. Yeah, so we'll see positive result for Chelsea, and yeah, I'm sure you guys, if the Chelsea fans, will be carrying that positive outlook in midweek and then next week in the Premier League. So prediction for the next two games, then Adam, scorer back in the Champions League. What are you predicting before we leave
I think the
Chelsea?
Carabao game is going to be closer than we think because we'll start. It'll be like a weaker team. Maybe Caicedo probably gets a rest, or Enzo gets a rest, and Rhys James. So, I'm thinking it will be narrow. It will be a narrow win. I'm going for like a 2-1 win.
2-1 Chelsea win. Fair
Yeah.
enough. Fair enough. Okay. That's fine. Okay, let's switch gears and turn our attention to the current Premier League champions, my beloved Liverpool. Just like I said in the intro, it feels good, Feels good
Oh, yeah.
to win. Feels
Yeah.
good, Feels good going to bed off the back of a victory. It's been a horrid few weeks as a Liverpool fan,
Yeah.
Having nightmares, thinking what has gone wrong, what is the solution? Are we going to go for relegation? Should the manager be sacked? Why have we gone and wasted money? What have we done? We're not the team that spends. Maybe that was a mistake we made. We shouldn't have spent and all that. But yeah, it is good. It's good to sort of keep those negative vibes away and analyze the victory. Yeah.
Yeah.
So in terms of the game, I think it was a game where Liverpool sort of in a long while because the theme of our season has been um, even when we won the first 5 games of the Premier League season, a lot of fans and even majority of Liverpool fans, myself inclusive, was like, yeah, we agree, we're not playing well, but we're running that gimmick of, oh, champions don't need to play well, they will just, snatch victory. We felt
Five
good,
games in, crazy.
it felt
Two
good, it
games into
felt
the
good.
season.
It felt good, and we're like, yeah, that's what champions do. That's why we're the champion. We don't need to play well. In fact, you hear, I could see some of Liverpool fans saying, "Oh, that should even be scary because when we start playing well, then nobody can catch us." I just sometimes I just think I say, "Wow, those were the good old days where we were dreaming." And yeah, so we hadn't been playing well, but I think this was the game that was like, wow. It took me back to how we sort of approached some games last season. We played really well. We kept Villa sort of like really worried for the majority part of the game. Villa had some moments as well where they would have felt like, oh, luck was not on their side. I think they hit the bar. Maybe if that had gone in, it could
Yeah.
have been a different story. But all in all, I think we deserve to win that game. And what I will say, and I've noticed a lot of Liverpool fans are saying, Liverpool podcasts are like, it seems the manager went back to the title winning team from last season, right? If you look at the 11, so barring maybe the goalkeeper, which is an enforced change because Alisson is injured, and then
Striker.
The striker Ugo Ekitike, it seems the rest of the team is simply the team that carried us for the majority of the season. You're looking at defense of Conor Bradley and Robertson and fullbacks. You're looking at Konate and Van Dijk played very well. You're looking at the midfield three of McAllister, Gravenberg and Soboslai. McAllister also, that's someone who has not been playing well this season in my view. And I think yesterday he had a decent game. The team sort of were pressing better than they had been doing for the majority of the season. It just felt like, yeah, this was this. We know how we know ourselves. We know what
Yeah.
we can do. We know how to
Yeah.
play. So there's a lot of narrative now. I've been seeing a lot of. I was reading an article, tactical saying, "Oh, we can see where the problem has been. Slot was trying to, bed in the new signings immediately. Maybe he should have kept them, protected them, and bred them in. What was the word now?
Yeah.
Gradually,
Yeah.
instead of just throwing them in, that sort of. So it's sort of like, okay, this is the reason why the team has been doing this. They've been sort of on a bad run. The manager should learn from this So the question for me now as a Liverpool fan is this is a very tricky week for us, right? This was a make or break week for us anyway because yeah, you're looking at we're coming into. I was last week. I was looking at this week and I'm like, yeah, you have Aston Villa, you have Real Madrid, and you have Man City.
This should
And
have been the slot. This is probably the slot out week.
yeah, this
This
was
is
the
when
week
he,
that, especially how we sort of embarrassingly got knocked out of the Carabao Cup in midweek. With the lineup the manager puts, like that was very. When I saw that lineup, I'm like, what are you
yeah, I
doing,
knew
man?
straight away. Straight away, I knew it. I
Like there
knew that
was
you
no
guys.
like no senior player on the bench. I'm like, what are you doing? So it felt like the manager had just been like, yeah, our priority is this, the Premier League and the Champions League this week. And a lot of Liverpool fans coming out of that game were like, okay, we're disappointed in that result. But as a manager, you must make sure we win the Villa game, which was the credit to him. We won that game. So fair enough, right? So I'm sure the plan is okay. Are you going to go with that same starting 11 against Real Madrid
Possibly.
on on Tuesday, which would be the logical thing to do. So that would be very interesting.
Do you bring Isak in for Ekitike?
Yeah, yeah. So I think Isak is just if Isak is going to be, he will just be coming back from an injury. Like he's not he was not available for this Aston Villa game he was not available for selection. So if he's available for that game, he's obviously not going to be able to start. So he will come in probably as an Isak sub. And yeah, though he has not had a good start, but looking at you
What a
have an
sub!
Isak
What
on the
a
bench,
yeah,
like what a sub, man. So
yeah.
I'm not like, yeah, please let him be fit for that
But with
game.
the
We
way
need
Madrid have been playing recently,
yeah, it's not looking good. It's not looking like it's gonna be a tough game. But yeah, we'll see. I think as a Liverpool, I will take a draw. I don't want us to lose. I just want us to have that. I want us to push that losing feeling away. I
yeah,
will take a
yeah,
draw from that game based on the fact of how Madrid have been playing. I don't want us to lose. I want the players to sort of we beat them this same fixture last season as well, but we know it's a different team. It's a team with a different manager. They're
yeah.
coming in with confidence. I think the majority of their players are fit. So yeah, it's going to be a very tough game for us. Looking forward to it. Still talking about the Villa game. I need to shout out to Mo Salah. 250 Premier League goals for Liverpool. He's now the third highest goal scorer in the Premier League in Liverpool history, just behind Ian Rush and Roger Hunt. So
So now,
legends in
now
that
it's shout
book.
out Salah. Two
I've
weeks
always been
ago,
shouting out. I've always been shouting out
two
Salah.
weeks ago, he was like, "Bro, is he
I'm
done? Is he
no,
done now? His time.
no,
Get him out of the
no.
starting lineup."
I never, if you know me, I've never said that. No, I've never said, is he done? No, no, no. I never said that. No, I've always had his back. I'm not like the online plastic Liverpool fans, who just hide behind their keyboards, keypads, and slits Mohamed Salah. Nah, I can't till he leaves his Liverpool. I'm never gonna, how like I can criticize him for having a bad game and say, oh, as a Musala, he should be doing better. But I won't go over the board and overly criticize him and say, "Oh, get out of my club" or all that sort of nonsense.
Fair.
Nah, I wouldn't be doing that. So yeah, so fair play to him as well. Like yeah, doing the business, showing us that yeah, he can still do it. I just hope he can continue. I just like I said last week, I just want him to, I want him to sign off on a good footing, like sign out in style. I don't want him to sign out on a negative vibes where fans were like, "Oh, you should have gone since." I want him to sign off with fans saying, "Oh, we're going to miss him. We're going to miss him." That sort of signing now. It would be so unfair for him to sign off with people hounding him out of the club. So that was good. And then the manager as well. Just to touch on the manager as well. I've always, like I said last week, I said, yeah, they are for me. Yeah, even if the guy loses 10 games in a row, I think he should see out the season. I'm not a fan of sacking the manager halfway or in season. I think he just has to see out the season. And also off the back of what he did for us last season. You hear people say, "Oh, maybe it took Klopp's team to win the Premier League," but Klopp, the last season, he couldn't win the Premier League with that team.
Yeah,
So credit must go to Slot. You
yeah,
know,
yeah, for sure. Yeah,
so that's a title winning manager right there. So then it's not the disrespect is not. And I also liked what he said when he press post match conference. The fans were singing his name throughout the game, like the match going fans. Just reminding him that yeah, they are obviously going to be solidly behind him. And so he also said he acknowledged that in his post match, like, yeah, he felt really good that the fans sort of like, through the difficult times, they were like, sticking with him, knowing that he has that capability to sort of turn things around. So I'm hopeful that we'll take these positive vibes to the game against Madrid on Tuesday.
So where does that put your expectation for the season? I used to quietly hoping for a 5-2.
You know what? Last week I was like, yeah, the title race is done.
But now you're
But, I,
like,
but I'm like, hold up, okay.
oh man,
Oh,
I
no. So
love
the
this
thing,
game, man.
so no, so the thing is, like I said, it all boils down to this week, right? So I was looking at the table, right, the top six, right, as it is right now. We are currently in third place. Okay, barring what Sunderland does tomorrow, but we're currently in third place, right, behind Man City in second and Arsenal in first, 7 points behind Arsenal. So it just feels like we're in a situation of must not lose, right? Like, in fact, the Man City game next weekend is a must win. We can't even afford a draw. When is that sort of if anything other than a win in that game, and I'll be like, and then if Arsenal wins, and I'll be like, yeah, it's looking like it's gonna be too low. The gap is gonna be too huge
So who do you
to
think is more capable of putting your Liverpool bias aside? Who do you think is more capable of challenging Arsenal to a title this season? You or Liverpool or City?
City. That's a tough one. I'm just I still I still I feel it's Liverpool.
Why? Why do you think
I
it's
feel it's
Liverpool?
Liverpool. I don't know. I feel it's Liverpool. I don't know. City have not really. I don't know. I'm still like. I still feel like City are just an Ireland FC.
No. That's a fair point. That's a
I feel
fair
like
point.
the Ireland FC.
But
Yeah.
I'm waiting to hear what your point is that you think Liverpool is more of a challenger than City. Like, what's the
To be
thing that
honest,
does it for you?
I don't have any sort of objective analysis to back that up. I'm just going off the Bible. Of course we're the Premier League
Right,
champions.
right,
Of
right.
course we strengthened our squad with how many £100 million players in two
Mm-hmm.
positions. So I'm just using that, and of course we are one of the few teams that's beat. In fact, the only team that's beaten Arsenal in the Premier League this season. So
Mm.
it still shows that we have that. I just feel like we need to get if we can go on a run of winning, we'll put ourselves back in that mix, and then we'll put Arsenal on their toes. We'll keep them
Mm.
honest, like they say. We'll see what if they're truly made of champion stuff. So I feel like, yeah, Liverpool is the team. Sorry, Man City, but I feel like my team is the
So what
team.
way, do you think you guys need to do any business this
January,
yeah.
yes. I think we need to do January business. I think that's one of the things that's something that has also affected us. I think we need a defender. Obviously, with the injury to the defender we signed, Leone, the youngster, so that has also handicapped us
Mm.
in that position.
But
So I
are
think
you guys still in for Gary this
they
January?
said there's been a lot of rumors saying, oh, Madrid have entered the race and Gay is now looking likely to go to Madrid. But I think one thing is certain: Gay is leaving. I heard he has told the Crystal Palace board
Is he
and the
leaving
chairman that.
January or
So,
end of season?
so I think it's up to the Crystal Palace people to decide. I think he has told them that he's not signing a contract, or he's not yeah, he's not signing any extension. So the equation for the Crystal Palace owners is, okay, do we then say, okay, fine, you go on a
Yeah, run
free
down your contract. Yeah,
contract and go on a fee, or we say, okay, let's cash in on you this January and let it go. So I think that will be up to them to decide, because it's a tough one, because Crystal Palace are in Europe, they're in the Conference League. I
yeah,
don't think they want to lose Gay halfway. They'll be feeling like, yeah, they can go all the way in that competition. So I think they might be willing to risk it and
yeah.
lose him at the end of the season. So if we can't get Gay, I think we just need to get somebody.
I think we might have one or two guys for you. Well, I have we might have one or two
Okay, who
guys
do you
for
have
you.
for us? Who do you have for us? Who do you have for
Uh,
us?
I don't know. You still have Disasi on our books. Yeah, he can do. Look, Disasi can do a better job than Gomez at this point.
Gomez. No, I'll stick with my Gomez. Thank you.
Oh man,
Right.
yeah.
So, yeah. So sorry, you wanted to say something?
No. I was just gonna add to that Aston Villa game. I thought it was a good, decent okay, like get the job done performance.
Performance, yeah.
Yeah, and that's the type of win you need when you are going through a bad patch. And like you said, going back to basics from the coach, get the guys that you trust the most to do, just keep things simple. And that's what you guys did. At times it looked difficult for you, but I think you guys were able to ride that. And yeah, just professional 3 points there. Like it's not to me, I don't think it was like exciting. It wasn't for it wasn't, it's just like
Yeah.
okay, we just need to get a win and we got a win. Yeah.
Yeah. It was just effective.
Yeah.
It was not
Yeah.
flamboyant. It was not, you
Exactly.
know,
That was the word.
fla- yeah, yeah. Which was what we needed anyway. Yeah. So maybe we'll bring up that flamboyancy against Madrid on Tuesday.
Maybe. Maybe.
If I'm to predict that game, yeah, I think I'll go for a draw. I think I'll,
Mm,
if I'm
mm.
just using my head, I think I'll go for a draw.
But a
I'll go for a
certain a
draw.
certain Trent Alexander Arnold, Mr. Trent Alexander Arnold, is
Yeah,
gonna be in town.
yeah,
Do you think
yeah.
if Xavi, because I read where he was saying that Xavi was one of his idols. Do you think if Xavi coached had coached Liverpool instead of Slot, he would have stayed?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. I think the guy who had Madrid in his sights. I think he just wanted that. Yeah,
Fresh start.
I've won everything I can win for my boyhood club. Let me go and experience life. He has that the thing in him. Like, let me just go and I think he's a larger than life sort of human being. Outside of the football, he's someone that is a fashion. Let me go and enjoy the city of Madrid.
Yeah,
Yeah, playing for like a prestigious club like Real Madrid. So I think
yeah,
that was always in his sights. Yeah, I don't think he had anything to do with that. Xavi Alonso. Or there's even a time that they were saying, "Oh, Madrid was going for Klopp." So maybe that Klopp was the one that was also saying, "Oh, come and join me in Madrid and all that." I just felt like, yeah, he wanted to just go and
yeah.
explore another city.
And
Which
he
fair
said
play to
he's
him.
huh? There was something that I found interesting that he said. So he was like, um, he was saying something about the passes, the type of passes, like just watching, growing up and watching Xavi Alonso pass and Gerard pass the ball. And he said good passes make a certain sound. Like if you know, you know. So I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
that was
yeah,
interesting. Like they say, like there's a sound that the ball
yeah.
makes, and you know that that's a like
Yeah,
very good
that's a good
pass.
pass. Yeah, fair play to him. I think yeah, and he's a very good passer of the ball. Like
Yeah,
yeah, he can give that defense splitting pass, the pass that like that many players will not see. He has that foresight. So fair play to him. He's a decent player. He's a good player. I think he started his career started as a midfielder. So he wasn't really so he had that eye for a pass. So
yeah.
yeah, but anyways, I don't think the majority of Liverpool fans on Tuesday at Anfield are gonna be
Cheering
clapping
for him.
him. Nah,
But
it's
you
not. It's
will
not
be
easy.
though. You will be. You remember him fondly for all he
Yeah,
has.
from yeah. For me, I'll be yeah. I have no ill wishes against him. I'm just like yeah,
Yeah,
but we're playing against my club now, Liverpool. So I wouldn't wish you well, but in other games, I obviously wish him well. I'm happy for what he did for our club. That Champions League number 6, yeah, he played a big role in us winning that corner taking quickly. That's aged in me for forever. I will never forget that. So yeah, so Trent, yeah, happy to see you again at Anfield, but I don't think the majority of Liverpool fans, match going fans, will be clapping you or cheering you on or giving you a standing ovation. It's going to be whistles and boos. But yeah, I'm sure he's a professional. I'm sure he's going to expect it, and yeah, we'll see how that goes. And yeah, good luck to Liverpool. Hopefully, we
yeah.
came out with the 3 points, but I think the game is going to end in a draw. Alrighty, that's Liverpool done. Let's quickly switch charts to the table toppers, the Gunners, the Arsenal. What else can we say? It's looking like a recurring theme. It's a song that we'll be singing every week now. I think I saw somewhere 9 wins in a row in all competition.
Mm,
In the Prem, maybe only 3 goals conceded in 10 games. Yeah, yeah, pretty impressive stuff. It just looks like it's just a matter of time. How quickly
mm,
can Arsenal? I've seen some sort of permutations that oh yeah, if Arsenal goes into December with a 10 points cushion, yeah, it's pretty much going to be wrapped up. And looking at the way they are playing, they're not conceding chances. They don't look like they're going to be conceding goals. They
yeah.
look good, solidly defensively. Saliba and Gabriel doing the business. The goalkeeper is a fantastic goalkeeper as well. The fullbacks, yeah, it's not looking good for rivals right now. If you're looking for any sort of weakness or any sort of where can they drop points, the only thing as a rival fan, if you are sort of chasing Arsenal, you're gonna be like, oh, maybe they
Mm.
have a bad day or they have a day where they're unlucky, where they're just hitting the bar and then the other team just has a fluke. So that's the only thing because you don't see any team outplaying them. They look in control. You're watching their games, and the scary thing about it is, there are some games where you know, like majority of big teams always complain about teams playing in low block. The scary thing is that there'll be some games where they will go, and you know that this team is going to make it difficult for
Tough
them.
to break down.
Yeah, I just know that they will just be like, yeah, fine, you guys set piece. Just don't allow us get it. Once we just get that set piece,
Yeah.
it's gonna be what we're going to use to unlock you. So it just feels like it's like you just feel like but we have every tool in the toolbox to walk away with 3 points, and it's sort of working for them. So it looks good. They're still in all competitions. Midweek we saw them beat Brighton and make it to the quarterfinal. They play Crystal Palace. So everything is all good. And last season the worry was, oh, they had injuries. Now the chatter you hear is, oh, we have injuries, and we're not worried. Saliba is injured, Mosquera comes in. Oh, this guy is injured, Mkapi comes in. Saka is injured. They trust what's his name, Madwiki to do a job. Um, so you're looking all around and you're like, yeah. My bruise and Arsenal fan was telling me, oh, Gabriel Jesus is going to be back from injury soon. So even if Jokeres is not looking good, bring Jesus in. Havertz is also there. Just looks like a team that is like, you don't see if you're also looking at it, you can't fault them if they tell you that they're also favorite for the Champions League.
Yeah.
Like you can't
No.
even fault them. I know there's a fixture I'm going to be looking for. So I think after the international break, they host Bayern at the Emirates. I would really like to see how they approach
Yeah,
that game.
I think they'll make light work of Bayern, man. I'm not.
You think
Yeah,
they'll beat Bayern easily, right?
I think so. Not easy. I mean, it don't be
Not
like,
easily, but
but
they'll
I
beat
think,
Bayern.
yeah, I think you.
They'll
If
beat
I
Bayern
think I might even go as far as say it will be straightforward, be a straightforward win for them.
for the Arsenal.
Yeah,
Interesting. Yeah. So it's
yeah.
looking good for
But
us.
but what I would say though is like the funny thing in football is you once something hasn't happened, you can't think of it happening. Like right now, it's like man, we can't think of this team winning, of this team losing.
Losing.
But
Yeah.
bro, like things change very quickly in sports.
Yeah.
That's what I would say. Right. So for them, they shouldn't even care about the chatter of like, oh man, you guys are so good. Because bro, it is sports. And the funny thing about injuries is once injuries start to pile up, no matter how deep your team is, it never looks good.
Yeah.
It never looks good. Once you get, let's say, I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but let's say Saka gets injured and Saka is injured, and Madueke is the only guy fit. Madueke is the only guy that is gonna start, and then the other person is probably maybe Dorman, and then another position, somebody else is also injured. Let's say Odegaard is injured and Trossard is like not 100% fit, and then
Yeah.
Madueke plays, and then something happens, he can't play the next game. The next game, you have like 3 games in a row. You have Madrid, you have Man U, and then you have maybe Villa. And only Madueke is the fit winger that has to play all those 3 games. And then he plays one, the other one, he doesn't play well. Like things just happen in football. And then when things are going for you, everything goes so smoothly. But when
Yeah.
things turn the other way for you, bro, all these like names that they are calling,
Yeah.
there's a reason why the other guys are squad players. There's a
Yeah.
reason why they are not as good as the starters, right?
Mm.
In Arsenal's case, they are close. They are closer than most teams. Like the
Mm.
starters and the reserve or whatever you call them, the starter and the squad players are very close in terms of proximity, talent, and effectiveness. So the
Yeah.
level is not going to drop too low if Saka doesn't play and Madueke plays, if Trossard doesn't play, if Eze doesn't play and Odegaard plays. But the thing about injury is that once injury starts to pile up, like it just eats through the squad. If
Yeah.
Odegaard goes down, Eze all of a sudden is the one playing the injury. Now nothing has to happen to Eze. If something happens to Eze, the next man up is Waneri. Then you start to say, okay, Waneri is not Eze. Waneri is not Odegaard. Oh, Dorman is not, or Martinelli is not Trossard. So I know the squad is deep, but it's still very early. It's
Hmm.
still very, very early. They need to hope that injury doesn't happen. Now they're still getting those like one-offs, two-offs injury where it's like it's happening at different times. Some guys are getting injured while other guys are ready to come back. Right, Harvard
Yeah.
is ready to come back, Madueke is ready to come back, and other guy just got injured. Now, if like you have three injuries are right around the same time in the same position, if you have like four or three injuries center back position, and now there's now stuff like or the suspension, there's loss of form, then it starts to look spooky. So I still think the season is long. I still think that they need to keep their head. They shouldn't
Hmm.
listen to the chatter if they're going to win the league, because, bro, no matter how big your squad is, injuries, bro, injuries, loss of form, and it just takes one game.
Yeah.
It takes one game. It can be a Carabao Cup game, and everybody be like, "Man," look, and that's the thing. Like once teams watch you and they see that, oh, this thing worked against you, or Crystal Palace scored this way, and they're able to get past you this way. Already, the next game, everybody's thinking of doing the same thing to you, and you at the back of your head, you're already fragile, thinking, I'm not that strong anymore. So a lot can still happen. I think the biggest thing why most rivals are giving it to us now is not really on them, it's the rest of the teams.
Hmm.
Like the consistency of the rest of the teams has not
Teams.
been that good. Like if City was that good, like City of like 2 seasons ago, even if Arsenal are like the Arsenal of this season, like people will still be tipping City to win the league. If Liverpool was the Liverpool that we thought was going to come into the league this season, people will still be tipping Liverpool to win the league. So I think what is making Arsenal look this strong is just because other teams haven't been good, right?
Hmm.
It's something
I
where
have a
like,
feeling Arsenal fans will be like this guy. They will be
oh no,
comparing
no,
this.
it's the fact though. They said that too last season. They said that too last season to you. They said one of the reasons why you guys won was because they were not as good as they should be, and
Hmm.
City were not as good as they should be. So it's fact, and it doesn't mean that you're not deserving of the league. No, it's just like it's timing of where we are at right now with the teams and what's going on with the teams, right? And sometimes you just have to have a good team at the right time. If you have a good team at the right time, you take advantage of the situation. And that's one of the things where I'm like, I need my team to be good because I know all these teams are not going to be good forever. I just want
Yeah.
us to be good, not even title ready good, just
Yeah.
good. Once we are good, we can take advantage of any situation that gets presented to us. Right now, Arsenal are good and they are ready to take advantage of all the situations that is
Hmm.
that is being presented to them right
Hmm.
now.
Yeah. Yeah. Fair enough. It's gonna be. I think Chooks mentioned it last week. Like it's gonna be an interesting November, especially after the international break, right? Um, I think there are fixtures again. There are fixtures with Spurs, Chelsea, and Bayern in November, sandwiched between after the international break. So I
Yeah,
think yeah, that will give us a sort of indicator as to could this team be if they come out of all those games without any sort of loss, then you might start to say okay, yeah,
I think it's very possible. I think it's very possible that will happen
that will
because, like I
happen. Yeah,
said, I don't think we're not that
yeah,
efficient. But
yeah,
the one thing I'll tell you is big games. Like big games this season is different for us. Like it's different. It's
yeah,
not the same Chelsea that you see. So it's
yeah.
definitely going to be tough for them. Um, but like I
They
said,
have they have all the tools to do the business.
they do.
They do.
And especially
Yeah,
that set piece. That thing's like an equalizer, man. Like
yeah,
if anything doesn't work, bro, they just go to that.
yeah. Because I'm looking at the current top six as things stand right now. I think Arsenal has only played City and Liverpool, and they didn't win any of those games. So Liverpool beat them 1-0 at Anfield, and they drew 1-1 at the Emirates with City. So they still have to play Spurs, like I mentioned,
Yeah.
Chelsea, and yeah, you might say Bournemouth is the last team in that what's it called run of teams in the top six. So that will be very interesting to see how they sort of fare in November when they play Spurs and Chelsea. Okay. Um, I'm assuming if Chooks was here, Chooks would have been like, nah. I'm very confident. We're gonna go into that game. Chelsea's annual three
Now I
points.
need an Arsenal win, man. I need that win, bro. I need an Arsenal win.
Like you mean okay, Chelsea defeating Arsenal, right? It's long over. I'm sure you guys have been
I mean,
they've been
yeah,
peltering you guys with the jabs because
yeah,
they've been
man.
getting the best
I
of
need
you.
one,
I've
bro.
been
I need
seeing
one.
like when last has Chelsea beat Arsenal. I,
I
I
need one
remember.
so bad. And the funny thing about things like this is when you least expect it. That's when it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
But
so you're holding on to that, like, let me
hey,
hold
like
on to
I just
that.
want to see, bro. I just want to see. I don't want to say like our form leading up to the game,
Yeah,
but yeah, man. If we can get a couple guys fit, I don't know what Palmer's situation is, but I think Palmer will be too early for him to come back
for that
that
game.
game.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen. So yeah, maybe who
but yeah,
knows? Maybe the one at Emirates.
okay, all right. We'll see as it
We'll
goes.
see.
Definitely, yeah. And someone as a Liverpool fan to be, I just want my team to put a string of results together and see where we are. Let's see where we are by the end of November. In terms of the gap between ourselves and table topping Arsenal. Okay, that's fine. I think Arsenal are in Champions League action this week, midweek. They play Slavia Prague. I think that should
Mm.
be that should be like
Routine
that.
win.
That should be a routine win. But you never know. Like we
Nah,
say,
you
it's
know this
football.
one, bro. You know this one.
Like I was telling my bro the other time. I remember 2019. That was the season we actually won the Champions League. I remember Slavia Prague it was still the group stage. I remember Slavia Prague in our group. We traveled to Czech Republic. And we're like, yeah, it's a straightforward. And we lost that game 1-0. So you never know.
Nah,
You
this ain't
never know.
happening. It's not happening to
You
this last
never
time.
know. You never know.
It's
But
just
yeah,
hard. It's hard for them. It's hard. Bro, let's even talk about like they don't concede chances.
yeah,
Like when are they going to concede a goal? It's crazy.
it's crazy. But like you said, it just takes one game. It just
Yeah.
takes one game for everything to change. Okay, we'll see how it goes. What Arsenal fans, yeah, we salute you guys, man. Your team is doing very well this season, very efficient. Fair play to you. You've sort of built a cushion, and yeah, you're comfortable at the top. Okay, the Adams. Should we just quickly touch on? I usually like to call them the best of the rest.
Mm.
United,
Nah, man. We can't
Spurs,
go.
Spurs. And the funny thing is, next weekend is actually United versus Spurs. That's the first game of next weekend.
Oh yeah, that's a Spurs win.
Yeah, yeah. Uzo, show your face. Let's get the watch along ready for next weekend,
Oh
man.
yeah,
Tottenham, yourself versus George. Come on, man.
George.
Come on, man. Bring it on. Bring it on. Um, I've seen a lot of Man United fans saying that, yeah, I saw what Tottenham did against Chelsea. They didn't really threaten us much. So we're expecting Amorim and the boys to get the job done next weekend. And I'm like, Tottenham in recent time have had a good record against you guys
Yeah,
as United. So be careful what you wish for. But yeah, I won't lie. As a Liverpool fan, I was sort of excited to see United drop points. I was sort of a tad disappointed in Nottingham Forest. I was like, come on, how did you guys allow them to equalize? Well, fair enough. It was a banger with goal from
yeah, it's a good
Ahmad.
goal.
So yeah, so at least I think their fans are still like, yeah. Majority of them are like, yeah, we take it, we take it. They're still what's it called now? They've not suffered any sort of loss in their last four games,
Yeah,
which is good. So for them, which is good. So they'll be going into the Tottenham game feeling like, yeah, Tottenham is sort of down on confidence. They can go there and win. And then there was a point weekend where the games were going on, and for a moment, they were second on the table, just behind Arsenal. And you could see them taking screenshots saying, "Wow, for a second, we're the title challengers to Arsenal this season." And I'm shaking my head. I'm like, Liverpool, and a slot. See what you've done to me.
Nah, you guys woke the beast up, man.
Nah, and I'm like,
Oh, perfect timing. Perfect
who,
timing. Look at who just joined us, man.
oh no.
Look at who just joined us. Oh man.
Pious
This
man,
man, this man.
you've ran from me. It's been 2 weeks. You ran from me. You think I would? As soon as Adams told me I have a chance to get on, I said, "Bro, take me home." I wanted to come home so I could join. Even Adams asked you for a watch along, and you said no. Why?
Yep.
Why?
Yep.
No,
Yep.
no, no,
He
no.
he was ducking, man. He was
Yeah,
No,
yeah. Yeah.
no,
that
no, no.
all
I
you
wasn't joking. I had
Liverpool.
some personal things to take care of.
Nah, bro. Nah. The thing is not just you, it's every Liverpool fan. You guys duck and then like all this yesterday and today you guys were texting so loud. I thought you guys were dead or something, but now you're alive. Like
Yeah,
I
yeah. We
couldn't
just had
believe
to.
it.
Yeah, I woke up. I'm like, ooh, so we're actually ahead of United. Ooh.
Yeah. Look, look, listen. This is our Premier League champions. Look at the way they're talking. It's like, oh my god. We're
No, no,
ahead of
no, no.
United. We're ahead of United. Oh god, you're so shameless, bro. I
Oh
can't believe
man.
it.
Yeah, so okay, George. So yeah, we're just talking about the United game last yesterday.
Uh,
So we just want to get your thoughts on. And I know going into the game, I'm sure you were expecting your team to go to Nottingham Forest and win. I think Nottingham
mhm,
Forest have been sort of a team down on confidence. They've just changed the manager, and
mhm.
with the form you guys are on right now, I'm sure you were expecting like to go there and win. So my question to you then is, where did it go wrong for you guys yesterday?
I think we've always known that. Well, at least some of us. I knew that United, like we have a good starting 11. But I think like we also like we like depth, like players that can change games, like when games get sticky. So like if you were looking at that lineup and that substitute, it was almost like okay, if we take out like who can we bring on to like change a game? Like if you look at the bench, we had like Mason Mount, we had Kobe Manu, we had Joshua Zirkzee. It like to me, I don't feel like okay, those players can come in and like change the game and win us a game. So like, and I think like if you're gonna be like challenging for the title or whatever it is, you need those players to come in and like change a game. Like even look at Arsenal. Martinelli might not be as good as he was 2 years ago, but he's still one of those players that if you bring him on in the game, he can change the game because he has tenacity, he has pace, he can just do something and like get you some points and things like that. So I feel like the level we're at right now, like the draw was perfect. Like that's the level we're at. We were down 2-1 to be able to score that goal in the 88th minute. It shows the level we're at. We have the team to do that. But to win that game, I think we need like two or three extra key players in attack to do that. So I saw, I know the source might be iffy, Indy Kyla. You guys know him on Twitter. he
That guy's a
said
fraud,
that
man.
he said that we were going for Lucas Paqueta in January. And
Mm.
honestly, let me tell you something.
Yeah, that's a
If
that's
we if he joins our team, especially if Mbemo and Ahmad is leaving for AFCON, he will help us tremendously. Like he's that type of player we need as in that 10 role that Amaram needs. So and also going to that game, I when we left with 1 point, I honestly wasn't disappointed. Like I know people will think like, oh, United didn't win this and that. Bro, we're still building. You gotta understand. When I know in this segment, in this podcast, Uza had asked me, he said, I think it was game week 3 or 4. He was like, "Should we sack Amorim?" And I said, "Give him 10 games. This is the 10th game.
Yeah.
If I would have asked any of you two, should like, and I said we should sack him. That's not. You shouldn't sack the manager right now after 10 games. He's showing you like what he can do. So I
mm.
think going into January, I don't know like if the the CEO and everybody gonna back him, or they're gonna give him the players that he wants. But I just know from next summer we need a lot of reinforcements to back this manager because he's shown what he can do. He beat Liverpool, our Premier League champions, and he has Arne Slot saying,
Everybody's been in Liverpool.
no.
That's special.
But what I'm saying is like
Yeah, no, I
everybody.
get you. Yeah.
Exactly. So we have to back him, and I'm really okay with this Nottingham Forest draw. Now going to next week, I don't know if I'm gonna be here for the preview, but I'm gonna say this, and I'll like whenever this game happens next week against Spurs, quote me on this. We are
Keep this
going
moment,
to
Adams.
we are going to London, whatever stadium is called. I don't care what it's called. We're going there. We're taking 3 points. I don't care who's playing. We're taking those 3 points. Remember,
I like it. I like it. Look, I
I
like
like the
it. Yeah,
confidence.
I
I like
like
this
I like
confidence.
it. Like we
Make sure
haven't had
make sure we're
this
not
type
looking
of
for you after
confidence
the
in a
game,
while.
mate.
huh?
Huh?
I said, George, I said, make sure we're not looking for you after that game.
No.
We don't want to be looking for you. We don't need no posters
No,
out for you,
the
man.
same way we were searching for you. You know how to you know how to run away. So that's why.
But yeah,
You know
man,
how
I
to
think
run away.
I'll say parts of that first half, United were having me scared, man. I'm like, whoa. I was seeing some combinations like, yeah, like this team, like, but I don't know. I don't just know about the formation though. I don't know. Like that formation is still like I'm not all the way there with that formation. I'm like, I don't think any serious team, like especially Manchester United, should play that. That's just how I feel about. I mean, maybe you guys just needed to get through this phase, and then
Mhm.
after the season, you can start thinking about. I'm not just convinced with
I
the
think
way. Yeah,
I think you can only say that if he has like if Ruben Amorim has the main personnel that he wants to play the system, and you're still not convinced, then it will be fair. Right now, the two center midfielders, Bruno and Casemiro, those are not the players he wants there. And come on, we know the center of the midfield is one of the most important like
yeah,
positions for any formation. You don't care. I don't care if you're playing five at the back, three at the back.
yeah,
That center
yeah.
mid needs to be. So going into the summer, I know. Oh man, I keep talking about this guy Anderson. What he did to us 2 days
Who?
ago.
That's it. Elliot
Anderson.
Anderson.
Yeah, Elliot
Who's that?
Anderson.
Oh yeah, the Forest
Yeah,
boy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Man, he needs to be he needs to be the first player we sign. I'm sorry, like I don't care. Baleba keep. Just bring me Anderson. Bring me Anderson. If we get lucky, if we can bring in Adam Wharton, I promise you, I'm making incredible claims because I know those two in the midfield. That's all we need for this team. That's all we need for this team. That's what I'm saying. If he gets the personnel in that midfield, then you can be like, okay, if he's not like delivering with this system, then you can be like, okay, this is not gonna work out. But since he doesn't have that system, you kind of have to like be okay with what he's doing. And come on, he's 2 points behind Manchester City, 1 point behind Manchester City, or 1 point behind our Premier League champions, Liverpool. Like, come on. 6 points behind our league titles, Arsenal, or 7 points, whatever it is. So you have to understand, like, 10 games into the season, he's done all right. He's done all right. So we just gotta give credit where it's due. That's all I have to say.
For a team
Yeah,
that
yeah,
has
yeah.
a team that has just one game a week, fair enough. Yeah, he's done very well.
What is
Just,
this? This, I was
no, no,
arguing
no,
with
no,
I
no,
was
no.
no. I had to speak because I was arguing with Chooks on this. This one game a week thing is such a myth. It's such a
No, it's
myth.
not. No, it's not. No, it's
Oh
not.
my
It's
god.
not.
Oh my god.
It's
How
not.
many
It's not.
how many times have you played in the Champions League this season?
We've played. I think we played 3 games.
3 game, yeah,
Three
three
games, right?
matches.
Okay, you've
Yeah,
played 3 games in the Champions League this season, and it's about to be December. It's about
yeah.
to be December, right? So you're telling me those 3 games in that midweek
Oh
had
yeah,
an
it meant
effect
something
on
for
huh?
sure. For sure. 100%. 100%. What are you saying? So
George is
wait,
not having it.
Adams.
wait. I don't get your point. So because you say it has to be what? It has to be 16 games. It's look.
No.
It's
What I'm saying is like, okay, you guys are saying one game a week is making the difference for us to be. No, it's not.
yeah. It is. It
It's
is.
not.
Come on, man.
No, it's
Come on. It
bro.
is.
I'm.
It is. It is. It is.
It's
And
Bro,
there's
it
gonna be
is.
And there's going to be another game this midweek as well, where United are not going to be playing. So,
No, it is because
and then your opponent next weekend is going to
first
be
of all,
playing midweek
you
as
have
well.
all the time to prepare for just a game, right? Tactically, video analysis, everything, like all the resources is
On the
just
next game.
for the
That
So
next
you're
game.
telling
Like
me
you're preparing for Forest, but we're here thinking about, oh man, we have to play what's the name of that team?
Karabakh.
We have to play Karabakh, and then right after that we have to play Wolves. And sometime this month we're going to play Arsenal and then Barca the same week. And you're
So-
telling me that you don't have an advantage.
No.
You don't have an
Adam,
advantage. You're chilling. Like the only time it works is like if you don't have the quality of players. But you guys have the quality of players that are in teams like Chelsea and Arsenal, and not the same level, but close to the level, right? If you bring out your starting 11 and my starting 11, you can point out some players that will get into my team, right? I'm sure
All right,
you
so
will.
let me ask you
I'm
this.
sure you will.
So let me ask you this. I'm gonna ask you 2 questions, right? I'm gonna start with your team. So you're telling me that Chelsea can be higher up in the table if they were not in the Champions League right now?
Oh yeah, for sure. If we only had
Okay.
one game a week with this squad, for sure.
You guys will
For
be higher up
sure.
in the table.
Yeah, for sure.
With the performances, okay, before even that first Champions League game, you will tell me your performances you were having was enough to keep you top 2?
Yeah, not top 2, but maybe we would have picked up more points because look, we're playing Sunderland, right? And we played Liverpool. Who did we play before Liverpool? I think we played Benfica before Liverpool. Now we have to start thinking of, oh man, minutes in the leg. We can't play Badiashile against Benfica because we're trying to keep him for a Liverpool game. If all we had was the Liverpool game, if all we had was the Sunderland game, bro, we're playing our starting lineup. We're playing the strongest players we have every single time.
But Adams, let me come in. I think I can't believe I'm going to
Hold on,
defend George.
let me
I
rejoin.
don't think I'm going to defend George, but
Let me
but I think
rejoin. Hold on.
I think it's the price you pay for
Let me read.
for success.
No.
Chelsea,
Every
Chelsea,
top
Chelsea.
team wants to be playing all these competitions.
Yeah.
Every top team wants to play all these competitions. It shows you like how good your team is against top teams, right? And then prize money, bragging rights. Like you want to be against the big boys, right? You want to play the Madrids. You want to play the Madrids. You want to play the Barças. You want to play the Bayern. That like everybody. If you ask Manchester United fans right now, they want to be in the Champions League. They want to play those games. So for sure, you have to be in those games. But sport, it takes a toll on the people. Like the people, why do we complain about players playing a lot of games? Why do we complain about
Wait, can you hear me?
all these? Yeah, we do. Why do we complain about all those? It's a numbers game. Plus, the more games you play, the more likely the risk of injury, right or wrong.
Yeah, I think that's right.
So what are we saying? When you have you can pretty much rest all the players that you have. You can rest all the players that you have, and for the whole week on the training ground, you can focus more on, bro, man. Why is George doing this, bro? Why is George doing this for on the training ground? You can pretty much focus on like tactical work all week, right?
Mhm.
Do you know that most of the players that play midweek, when they're getting ready for the weekend games, do you know that most of them don't train? They just focus on recovery.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, so why you saying like it's not, bro? You have a week to focus.
No, what I'm saying
Go ahead.
is, if you're good, you're good. So you see Arsenal, they don't have an excuse because they're good. Chelsea, I don't think you're good enough to be, even if they give you one game a week or whatever. I don't think you're good enough to be, oh yeah, we're top 2. Like, because Chelsea, you the way you're saying, you guys should be top 2. Why shouldn't Chelsea be top 2 right now?
What do you mean? Why shouldn't we be top 2?
No, I'm saying because look, I think the one game a week for you thing for Chelsea specifically, right? It wouldn't have made a difference if you would have given Chase.
It would, bro. João Pedro can't even. Caicedo Caicedo is playing through pain. That's one thing you should know. João Pedro isn't even training. You know that,
No,
right? João
yeah.
Pedro isn't even training.
Adams, I think I
Uh
will have to disagree with you. I think I will disagree with you, Adams. You can't say
Nah,
you
that's
can't you
crazy.
can't say you can't. So are you categorically saying now that because of those extra games that like
huh.
if you guys didn't have those extra games, you'd be higher up the table? You can't say for sure.
No, I can't say for sure, but it will give us an advantage 100%. It might be 3 points, it might be 3 more points, it might be 1 more point, but it will give us an advantage. First of all, we'll have less, but we've had a lot of injuries this season, right or
Hmm,
wrong.
hmm.
We've had a lot of injuries this season. It will give us a lot more opportunity to recover players quicker. The recovery time will be short. Guys like Caicedo is playing through pain right now. Caicedo isn't even giving you 100%. João Pedro is not giving you 100%. Those guys won't have to worry about them going to one Karabakh in Afghanistan or what's the name of that country? Bro,
Azerbaijan, yeah.
Azerbaijan. They're getting ready for Wolves. They're getting ready for Wolves right now. They're just chilling in the crib, getting ready for Wolves. The manager is laser focused on Wolves.
I think
But
it's
you're
an
saying that he
excuse.
does no, man, come on. And
I
and and
I don't.
Oh,
I mean,
and
you
guys
can
like
tell me.
see, we can't even play our best centre back pairing because we're scared they'll get injured. We can't play them every week. Archipong is our best guy, right? Archipong is our best defender right now. We saw what he did against Liverpool, right or wrong. That's our best guy. But we can't play him midweek, play him weekend, and then play him again. Plus, guess what? We still have Carling Cup.
This
They
what
don't even have Carling Cup. They don't have, bro. What are we even saying, bro?
this what I'm
They don't even.
saying.
We played Wolves. We
No,
played
but
Ajax, and then we
what
played
I'm
Wolves.
saying what I'm saying is Chelsea's performance doesn't warrant that. One game a week or not, what I've seen on the pitch is
Bro,
not enough to
the
tell
coach
me like
will have more time to train the team. That's my point. Like the coach will have more time to work more on tactical stuff. Like he would have what we're struggling with right now, where it's like corner kicks and stuff like that, right? The coach will have more time to prepare the team because now we can devote all our resources into trying to figure out what Brentford is doing with long throws.
well, let me tell you this. Let me tell you this. Those extra 48 hours is not going to help Garnacho score those chances he misses. Those
So,
48 hours is not going to help Bino Gittins. You saw the chance he missed. Those 48 hours is not going to make up for that.
but
I'm
how do you know?
sorry.
How do you know that?
guys,
How do you
How
know?
would he be? How do I know?
Adams,
Plus.
come
You know,
on,
you know, you know the
Adams.
thing again. Plus is that the reason why we have to distribute the minutes between those guys is because we play so many games. If we only play one game a week, Estaval and Pedro Neto are starting every game. How about that?
Okay,
How
okay,
about
so
that?
Good point. I give you that.
How
That's a
about
good
that?
point.
How about
That's a good.
how about Estava and this guy? But now we have to share the minutes. This get for sure. You know, next game who's going to play Estava and Gittins. The game after that, who's going to play? Now, Chelsea fans. The thing is, we're saying to Maresca, please relegate Garnacho to the games that don't make sense. Like let Garnacho play the lesser games. Let him play Carling Cup and let him play what's the name? Let him play in Afghanistan in Azerbaijan.
FK.
And
Afghanistan.
and
Okay, guys, Adams, thank you very much. I think yeah, we've sort of run out of time, unfortunately, on the show. We have
oh
to sort
man,
of
George, man,
bring,
you should have joined earlier, bro.
well,
But
yeah,
you guys should have told me earlier.
Yeah, we should have.
yeah, George. But all the same, George, it was nice to have you and to get your perspective on United. Really
Anytime, bro.
appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Yeah, we're gonna clip that part of the show
Oh
where you
yeah,
said
yeah.
the
I mean,
Tottenham.
Uzo, we're sending straight to Uzo. I want to see
Of
what
We're
course.
Uzo
gonna
thinks.
clip it. We're gonna clip, and then
Yeah. It's what I like to do. I'm very open with my predictions. I go in all
Yeah,
in. I'm
yeah.
not like Chooks. You know,
Yeah,
Chooks
we
is
actually missed that, man. We miss fans
yeah,
like that.
yeah. Chooks be hiding, bro.
Fans are not
yeah.
trying to be, they're trying
Yeah.
to be
If you're a
controlled.
fan, be a fan, man. Please.
Right, and I think we're also going to Adam. I think we're also going to put this as like a sort of poll, if possible, on the platform or on our social media pages. So, do you guys think we're going to throw it to the fans? Do you think Chelsea would have been better off than where they are right now if they had just one game a week?
For sure, man.
let's ask the
For
neutrals.
one,
Let's ask the neutrals. Adams,
for one,
is
for one,
Adams
Palmer will be stressing
no
playing that
Adams, the debate is
game
done. The
in
debate is done
Allianz
on this
Arena,
show.
where he will.
Let's leave this question now to the fans.
The Adams
Let's leave it to the
Adams
fans.
Adams thinks Chelsea is Arsenal, bro.
Yeah, for one,
Let's
Palmer will stop playing right now.
let's leave it to the fans to decide. So we're gonna do this. I think from tomorrow we're gonna put it on the
And
platform and
Garnacho won't
let's
even play, bro.
let's
Garnacho will be there. Garnacho will be on the
let's see.
bench, holding the bench, playing on that
let's
21 minutes. He will
let's
only
see what
Oh
play.
the
shit.
We won't
let's see
even
what
buy,
the fans
bro.
of
We
the
will buy Garnacho. We have no reason to buy Garnacho.
Hey guys, you guys are bottom, bro. It's okay, bro.
we're gonna see what the neutrals have to say about these points that Adam is arguing so vehemently about. All right, guys. Thank you
All
so
right,
much.
boys.
Thank you so much,
Yeah,
Adams.
thank you. I
Thank you so much,
appreciate it,
Jones.
bro. Yeah.
Yeah.